of a peak, however, so at least a small bit of silver lining to be had. But it ain't much. That's not bad, though. Trying to force Forsaken away.
Benji played for the Orb, Annihilation online, after his great attempt in the Eco previously. But they may need that ultimate to be able to get through. 2 Guardians and a rifle on the other side. And something on a very deep line at Rubble. The flash, by the way, put on the floor from Devi, not available for them in this round, but usually they're big key to getting back into retakes.
The impact of that missing now.
Yeah, and no paranoia for Forsaken, so this is going to be a tougher retake than usual on B.
Great for Heretics, they need something like this. Still got to keep these boys quiet, keep them cool. Something getting curious. We saw he was the one pushed up towards Rubble. Doesn't get the shot he wanted. Benji, good work. Men gonna find a reaction though and start making this feel dangerous. It's a 3v2 suddenly. The ult has got to catch. It's what they needed to maybe make this feel equal, but Rien's now starting to feel pressured against the odds again. Rien's has to go above and beyond here. He can't do it alone. And HyperX look untouchable.
Forsaken has robbed them, jumping into the smoke with the classic up. That was a straight up 1v1 the Annihilation had caught onto his teammate. Set up by this Flash Hawk combo for the first. That a set play, the rest,
one enemy.
Excellent.
Last player standing.
God,
and
look
the
at that.
push into Riens, who's been, again, the consistent pillar for Heretics. Nice. Forsaken can feel it. This is a complete reversal of what happened to HyperX yesterday. They are in control. They have the momentum. Heretics against the ropes.
It will only take a couple more punches and it might be knockout. Heretics literally back to the wall, but come out swinging. Forsaken still standing though. The master of their disaster in just the previous. They do much more. It's Batman this time. They all want to go at it. Heretics can't breathe right now. It's simply sensational from HyperX. 12 rounds to their name, barely touched.
It's incredible the heights that you can get from both of these teams, but we knew it at the beginning, both capable of those mental collapses too. It's extraordinary that we haven't had more one-sided maps in this series, actually. With that being the identity of both squads, but here it's a smackdown. Heretics can't breathe. The pressure, the bright lights, too much. And 4 Guardians. Barely a sniff of hope.
The last chance here for Heretics. Do you want to go down like this? Barely with a whimper. HyperX foot on the throat at this point. Now making it towards side, but in their way, Devi. Been brilliant. Unison with him, not alone, something there. Stands his ground. Gonna be hunted though. Something. So much pressure on him. Miniboo gonna take away Devi. This is not the same sort of start here. Heretics putting everything into this.
HyperX fast on this flank though, gobbling up all of the space behind. So despite the fact they're in a 4v5, plenty of chances to close things out here.
Certainly could. TP back to Boo, trying to find some safety. The map gets smaller. HyperX smothering them alive. Heretics cannot breathe. It's all on Benji. And what can one man do? Absolutely nothing. HyperX, masters of their own fate, vanquishing their demons.
They couldn't have won in a better way here today, Lauren. Those rounds strung together, back to back to back to back. And a team that looked like favourites coming into Champions, into the Accor Arena. A scary team to face in that lower bracket. Could well still be on for a Champions trophy. Unfortunately, more of the same for Heretics, isn't it? Big moments, huge matches. This one feeling like it could have been a grand finals level between the two teams.
Absolutely.
But they fall short in epic fashion once again. They're always on the brink, and yet they can't quite get over the line in big moments like this. It's got to feel devastating for them.
You can see it. That's a hard loss there. Especially when it feels possible. Sometimes that's the most bitter pill to swallow. For them, they have to walk away. Think of next year. Different story, however, for HyperX.
rebounding so well on that loss that broke the streak in terms of their global victories. They'd only had one other loss for ages to Zeta Division of all teams. But that big loss of streak of rounds really hurt, and it's good to see them back at peak form.
And I love seeing it's not just the Something show or Jing show. We've had Divide, Forsaken, Patman, all able to bring the rest of the side up as required. I think that takes a little bit of pressure off of Something. A couple more days, that arena, the next time we get to see them, and God only knows what form they come absolutely swinging out with.
You know that you can get the absolute best out of this team. It's just whether or not they can settle those demons. And I think they've done a great job today at proving to themselves more than anybody else that they can.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be sending it over to Jing down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Et le train HyperX ne s'arrête pas. HyperX, keep the dream alive here at Champions Paris and make it to top 4. Jing, congratulations. I'm going to have to borrow you for a second. Congratulations. Welcome to the top 4 here in Paris. And the first question I wanted to ask you is, you guys have been Team Heretics kryptonite for so many time now. So, you know, why do you think is that, and what made the difference today, according to you?
I think like we just understand the way they play, so when we play against them, we don't really have to adjust that much because like we know what they're doing. So yeah, I think that's why.
Kind of used to the gameplay for sure. Donc première question, vous avez été la kryptonite de Heretics sur les dernières années. Comment ça se fait et qu'est-ce qui a fait la diff aujourd'hui? Eh ben, on sait comment ils jouent. C'est pour ça qu'on n'a pas trop besoin de changer notre jeu ou de s'adapter puisqu'on est assez habitué. Je pense que ça s'est vu aujourd'hui. And my second question, since you've been back on HyperX, we've seen a side of flexibility on your side. You know, we've discovered the Sage, we've discovered the OMEN, but will Raze forever be your first love?
Yeah, of course.
Why? Because of the movements? Because of what? Are you built different on Raze? Tell us about it.
I mean, for me, I really like playing Raze because I think double slashing is really fun. Like you can fly around and it's really fast. So yeah, I think it's my favorite agent and I love playing it.
And you're probably one of the best in the world on this agent for sure. Donc deuxième question, on t'a vu depuis que t'es revenu chez HyperX avoir un aspect un petit peu plus flexible du Omen, de la Sage. Mais est-ce que Raze, ça restera toujours ton premier amour? Et pourquoi? Bah ouais, je m'amuse trop à jouer Raze, c'est mon perso préféré, double satchel dans tous les sens. C'est comme ça que je kiffe jouer au jeu. And last but not least, you know you're gonna be on the big arena. So ahead of that, what is the most important between aim routine and skincare routine? Because your mom told me that you were not doing your skincare routine enough. Do you agree with her? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, my mom wants me to use like toner and stuff, but sometimes I'm kind of lazy, so I just use facial wash. But maybe since we're going top 4, I will do both aim routine and skincare routine.
Both the combo for the victory. Thank you so much, Jing. Donc, de troisième question, qu'est-ce qui est le plus important entre l'aim routine et la skincare? Comme ça, on nous en avait parlé. Ouais, des fois, j'ai un petit peu la flemme de mettre du toner, tout ça. Mais là, pour l'occasion, vu qu'on fait le top 4, je vais évidemment faire les deux. Thank you so much, Jing. Congratulations again. You can, of course, get back to signing and taking pictures. And we're going to see in a few minutes who takes the last spot for the top 4 between MIBR and DRX. Stay with us.
Hey! Benji! Sit down! Let's go! Shit and mini shit! Oh! Oi, 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 Patrick! Oi, oi, wee! Bum, bum, bum,
Avaa ovi uuteen. Etuovi.com.
Tilitoimisto auttaa yrittäjää joka käänteessä. Fennoa Mobiili taas vuorostaan auttaa tilitoimistoa. Oispa kaikilla Fennoa Mobiili.
And just like that, we're down to 5. Welcome back, everyone, to Champions Paris. We have our final match here at Les Arènes.
Yeah, that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
all right. It's MIBR versus DRX. And, of course, the winners make top 4 and head to the final weekend of competition. I'm Golden Boy. We got Kokuka and Brent. We're going to be breaking everything down. I'm so glad I got to say the name right one last time, because that was like...
There was an S there that maybe shouldn't have been, but it was good
enough.
It was not perfect, but it was good. There's nothing wrong with having an accent. We need to also debunk that taboo. There's nothing wrong with having an accent.
Hey, man, you know, I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm just a silly American after all. Now, of course, let's go ahead and talk about these two teams here that we're going to watch, because we got DRX and MIBR, the last hope for Korea, the last hope for Brazil, right? And they have similar stories coming into this one, Brent. Both were underdog teams with incredible veterans, surrounded by amazing young talent, and they're looking to make a run here for a trophy.
Yeah, Champs has been their last run for it. Like we've already said, this has been a core of players surrounded by rookie talent, inexperienced players overall, but they've gone from strength to strength. Verno was the caller, and this guy is so young, yet still putting up the good work that we've been seeing throughout this entire event, alongside players like Artazine having a resurgence. And on the other side of things as well, you've got DRX, who are going from strength to strength to strength. I thought they were down and out for the count when they lost the first few times. I thought that their nerves was going to be playing a part, but they have shown outstanding resilience, all centered around the key players, Mako, Aspas, as those veteran leaders for the team.
Yeah, and we have seen them a lot in the past. One thing that I'm really enjoying about this Champs, we just saw it, most of these games, especially in playoffs, are going to that third map. Everybody's fighting tooth and nail. They're showing their strengths, and they're not crumbling under pressure. And I think that for yesterday and what we saw for MIBR, it has to be a little bit devastating for them, because they were so close to winning that. They had such a convincing win. But as you're saying, we know that the individuals in both of these teams have been so surprising that I have not a shred of doubt that this is going to be a three-mapper, very, very intense game.
Oh, yeah, and continuing to highlight the individuals, you can see behind one of those players right there. That's Aspas there. And him and Ethan are the only remaining previous Champs winners in this tournament. And Mako's looking for his first global trophy, a guy with the pedigree, Bren, that this dude has had, and just a legacy. He's trying to be up there alongside his other vets.
Absolutely. I mean, it's astounding really at this point that a player of his caliber hasn't lifted a trophy yet. He's had to watch his former comrades, Buzz, Stax, move away to a different team, lift a trophy before him. But now he stands as the lone team that's representing Korea, and he's facing off against the lone representatives of Brazil as well. It's a clash of veterans, it's a clash of giants as well throughout our storied history of Valorant today, and it's going to be made manifest with the performance that both of these players have been putting on. I have no doubts in my mind. Mako has been keeping his team alive in this tournament. Totally. The exact same can be said for Aspas.
Yeah, the numbers might not match that exactly, but Mako has been so impactful in all of the rounds when things are getting complicated. He is the one to bail them out. Yes, we speak about DRX, this Mosquito comp, how innovative they have been, but when the round gets tense, deeper into it, when that first plan is out of the way and the execute is done, the spike is down, the man that will bail you out is Mako.
Oh yeah, but then on the other side for that though, for MIBR, you have Aspas, who also will bail you out time and time again because the man just does not see, when he wants to win, he'll hit a button and then it just seems like he wins. It's insane, and his output, especially in that match against NRG, was out of this world. He broke the kill record, for goodness sake.
He broke the kill record. I think in a match that he lost, he ended up with like a plus 30 on a series that they lost. That is absolutely unreal. I don't think we have ever seen anything like that here at Champs. Having this form at the end of the year when it matters the most, the operator rounds that we're seeing, not only the collapse that we saw and whatnot, the jumping, the getting the information, being so comfortable also in having such a big task. You know that with the operator in many of those situations you're going to be by yourself and you're going to need to just find those gaps, and he's been doing it.
Yeah, it's been brilliant work there, really, across the board. But of course, let's actually check in with the longest standing member of DRX and hear what our eyes on the ground have to say about it. What you got, Jen?
DRX elephant in the room, 5th to 6th place curse. What powerful mantra do you guys have against this curse that's been going around for years?
DRX의 5, 6등 저주는 이미 끝난 지 오래고요. 그 이유는 이제 로스터 4명이 없어졌기 때문입니다.
The curse has been broken because the cursed ones are gone and we have new 4 players on the team. Now, let's talk about what's gonna happen today. The matchup between Aspas and Hyunmin and Flashback. Do you think they're up for the task?
모든 분들이 기대해 주셨을 매치업인데 아무래도 아스파스 선수는 이름값이 있고 저희 현민과 플래시백 선수는 이제서야 이름을 알리고 있기 때문에 그 부담감이 다를 거라 생각합니다.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people are looking forward to this matchup, but Aspas, he's already a big name, whereas Flashback and Hyunmin, they're the type of players that are trying to build a name for themselves, so I think the pressure is on Aspas a lot more. Thank you, Mako, and good luck. No outfit.
I think it's very funny because he said the cursed ones now are gone, but what if they lose now, he proves that actually it was him. So,
Why would you put that? Why'd you put that evil out
he
there?
He said it himself, you know, Jen didn't make him say that, he just went out and said it.
Oh, man. All right, well, you look, one thing is for certain, though, is that Mako and the rest of DRX, right, we know that they are going to be ready, and they're going to need to be ready from the jump, because if we see anything from the way that first map went, Bren, with NRG and MIBR, how close it was, how MIBR could have closed this one out with a 2-0 win. If anything, you're going to be looking to see MIBR really just continue to start strong the way that they have been.
And they always start strong because one of the things that's been going so damn well for them has just been their overall pistol round consistency. There's never been a team like them, to be honest, in terms of their percentages, and I hope that we've got the numbers as well on hand, but listen, I don't need to tell you the numbers. They're just winning over 50% of them almost every single time that they're playing, and not only that, converting bonuses off the back of it too. It sets them up beautifully. They have so much momentum at the beginning of most maps, at the beginning of most halves. They can put an op into Aspas' hands, and it really does align as well, and that's not just the only element, I guess, that MIBR are doing well. Pistol rounds are just one part of the equation that's the success story for MIBR currently, and DRX are going to have to find a way to tangle with it, whether that's anti-stratting, whether that's really just trying to hard focus on that as one of the major strengths and take it away, but MIBR have been a dominant force of nature as a result of it anyway.
And they've earned their respect for many of the teams here. Hearing all the teams just saying that they come in with a very strong plan, I think that it's very easy to see. Here's the numbers here for you, Bren. 71% now leading here at playoffs. That is amazing numbers to have for this.
Also, credit to Fnatic as well. I mean, and HyperX. Damn, oh man.
Yeah, all of the top contenders in terms of the pistol rounds. Also surprising is NRG sitting in the bottom, yet they're one of our teams in the top 3.
They don't need it.
So that's even crazier, to be honest, is that they don't need it.
They were on the receiving end yesterday, you know. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, here's the thing. You had great starts, but it's sometimes not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And we saw in those overtimes, in 2 of the overtimes that they had to deal with, Bea, that it was really a matter of them needing to find magic in those moments because they needed those pivotal clutches. Kind of like this one with Verno that literally kept them going in this row.
I was literally on the floor during this round because he timed everything perfectly. Like, he also very lucky and, you know, prepped at the same time. I guess we'll never know. But I like the fact that we're seeing players shine, not crumble under the pressure. Again, it was a very, very even affair that they could have closed at any time. So I just want to see them bounce back mentally. There was a lot of flawless rounds from their end as well. That's probably why the numbers are so inflated on their side, because the rounds that they were winning were extremely dominant, and that is not something we've been seeing this tournament.
Yeah, and it truly wild stuff that we have been getting from both of these squads. But of course, for MIBR, we'll see whether or not they're able to lock down those pivotal moments and whether or not the calling is going to be on point. And speaking of, let's actually send it over to the IGL Verno, who had an opportunity to catch up with Jen.
Jen with Verno of MIBR. Now, Verno, long night for MIBR against NRG, and it was just one of those what-if games that could have gone either way. The ones that can either make you grow, or the ones that can kind of leave a sour taste in your mouth. So which one was it for you?
Yeah, I mean, going into the next match, which is the next day, we don't have much time to think about what happened. I think it was just a unlucky game, and we just have to prepare for the next series.
Now, facing DRX today, you know, there's going to be 2 mosquitoes coming at you. Do you want a repellent, perhaps?
Let's get a repellent.
Stay away!
Just Verno dies of cringe. I love it.
Jenny's carrying this show. Jenny's single-handedly carrying this show.
She's deadlifting that interview. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Verno,
crazy.
brother, you got to give us more, Papa. Like, come on, you know. But anyway, look, there are a few guarantees in life, but one of them is DRX making 5th, 6th place, and they did that this week by eliminating G2. The question is, can they knock out any other America squads? But conversely, on the other side to that one, Bren, you got Aspas, who've always found his way into podium positions here at Champs.
You got 2 placements that are just so damn consistent, as we said. Like, Aspas has always made top 3 at Champs, and this is his opportunity. I mean, he needs to win this matchup against DRX, but for DRX, a chance to prove that they are not defined by their previous failures. Mako as a player, I mean, think about, put yourself into this guy's shoes for a second as well. He sees all of his comrades, all of his former teammates leaving, jumping ship over towards T1. He watches them lift a trophy, and now he is left to build a rookie squad of inexperienced players around him, and now they are left as the sole representatives of their region at the biggest event of the year. This is the chance to prove that you were right all along, that you deserve this genuinely, to be here making waves, making history, and that you weren't really, you know, part of the problem, as kind of what we were alluding to.
One of the best surprises that we've seen in Champs is how fast teams are learning from their mistakes. Every single time that a match finishes and they're unhappy with something, I feel like for the next day that is already fixed. For DRX, they started out losing against G2 and they bounced back. I think that it is something that they've learned how to do. They've mastered this composition. Now it's very, very obvious to everyone playing left in the competition how they want to play it, what are they going to encounter on the server. So I want them to take it to the next level.
Yep, it's coming down to this, folks. We have a high-stakes, pivotal game. One more spot for the top 4. It could be a matter of Aspas doing it for Brazil. It could even be DRX holding it down for all of Korea. This is exactly what you like to see when you think of esports at the top echelon of competition. It's do or die for both of these teams. So now, let's stop the talking and start the fighting and bring out our 2 teams to the stage. The entire nation of Brazil is on pins and needles, hoping and praying that their squad, made in Brazil, can push forward. But on the other side, they're going up against the last hope of Korea. Whether or not DRX, a team full of legends, Bren, could very well pull this one off against another legend, many legends on that side too. Let's not forget the coaching staff as well. This is exactly what VALORANT Esports is all about.
This is what we wanted to see, and honestly, I'm excited to get into the map select because right off the jump, MIBR have a permaban of Lotus, and that's been a sore spot. The defense half of Lotus for DRX, they haven't liked playing it. So I think we're destined genuinely to potentially get a real middle ground. And so MIBR float Lotus until the second half here in terms of a ban. And now we get to see Sunset, Ascent, Bind, Decider. These are just going to be high-octane maps. I mean, remember what MIBR were doing on Sunset with the Aspas Operator? He was skewering teams of the Operator.
It is even more surprising because DRX have decided they do not want to see the corrode. MIBR just look too strong on it, but then they float the Sunset. They have played every single map this tournament but that Sunset. That is a ban that they've kept that they also had during stage 2. So I'm really looking forward to this because this is a curveball and probably something that they prepped.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the fact that they left it open, it just spells what do DRX have up their sleeves for this one. They haven't shown any signs of it, basically, in any official tournament capacity all year long. So this has been a permaban for God knows how long at this point. I'm very excited to see what the agent select is going to be.
At the end of the day, when your backs are against the wall, and you need to pull it off. You need to pull off the miracle. You got to pull off all the stops in order to do so. So I respect the gumption there from the squad to be able to do that. Fans around the world, of course, as I mentioned, nervous. I was saying it for Brazil, but let's don't get it twisted. It's the same way for the fans over in Pacific, over in Korea as well, Brent. They're all hoping that their squad can pull through, but this is going to be a Herculean effort, no matter the side on the field.
Yeah, it's a battle of seeing which region can reign supreme between Brazil and Korea, and whether or not these teams as well can maintain their composure under this much stress, under this much pressure. Elimination, lower bracket, we've spoken about it, but these are young rosters. Yes, the centerpieces might be Aspas, and it might be Mako, but they are inexperienced at this level of competition, at the very peak of competition, and this is everything. Artazine, before Champs, was probably thinking, bloody hell, this might be my last chance to even play in pro play.
And we're talking about this guy maybe being an MVP.
Exactly. Yes. He's had a massive resurgence and turnaround, but I want to see how all of these players perform when the pressure is really on, whether it's going to create those diamond moments or whether it's going to crush them underneath the weight of it all.
Like, we know that the veterans are going to be doing well in this matchup. To me, it's all about the rookies. I think that the performances that we've seen have been extremely surprising. It's not about the duelists here. I think it's about the support system and how to measure the times against something that I assume is going to be very aggressive on both sides. DRX, they want to use the Mosquito every single place.
Yeah. We're going to go real
That's 100% Mosquito then.
I think the DRX do struggle in some regard when Flashback isn't playing the Euro with their composition in terms of finding the right timings to take fights. Flashback often ends up giving his life up a lot on the Neon. You don't have too much of the get out of jail cards compared to the Euro.